Southwest Airline traders, final boarding call to report to the dance floor. Paging Flygo. This flight is scheduled to depart in 5, 4.
And welcome to the Inflight Shenanigans show. I am your host, Adrian, aka Adrena, aka, that's it. I think that's all I have. Adrian Reinhardt, Adrena Reinhardt. I am here today to just chat with you about these bags because we've been talking about bags for a couple episodes now, and I have issues with them sometimes, but that's my personal thing. But I also want to make sure that we have a moment to, look at how we can be better. How can we pack better? How can we travel better? And, we just want to make sure that we're as educational as possible. And I like to bring in the experts because I don't know it all. And I make sure I can bring the people in who have some great tips and some great things that they can share with you. And coming back, once again, Jamaul.
Hello.
Yay! His beautiful smile coming back here again.
Don't make me blush.
No, come on and blush now.
Thank you.
So Jamaul, tell us a little bit about yourself again and tell us what you got going on.
My name is Jamaul and I love to travel. I like to think that I've mastered this whole thing of getting around the world and being able to accommodate my own likings of packing a lot of clothes. So yeah.
Awesome. A lot of clothes. Because I remember one episode he was telling us that, he likes to bring a lot of stuff.
I like to have options. I think it's very important to have options. You never know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The weather could change, or you just never know. So I think it's great to be prepared. So yeah, options are best. And
it's a great point that you just brought up because weather and as a flight attendant, you could be in Tampa and the next minute you're up in Rochester, New York somewhere where it's snowing. So it's hard, in my opinion, to pack for those kind of moments. But
very,
I had to learn a lot. But what do you do that's a little different for those moments?
Prime example, last week I went from Atlanta to Denver to Tampa. So I went from here to, it was maybe 10, 15 degrees and snowing. And then Tampa was 89 degrees. So I didn't even know if I was going to leave Denver because of the weather. So had I stayed in Denver, it was best to be prepared for the snow. But then I ended up in Tampa and it was 89 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
So I find it great to layer, to have maybe different options for coats, jeans, tennis shoes, and thicker socks. So just have to kind of balance it and be able to incorporate everything into your style and your day.
And I agree with the jeans. I think that's like all weather type apparel. And but the coat thing, that was my issue. You definitely have to have a heavy coat for Denver or somewhere that's colder. But then you have to lug that thing around.
So I like jeans, for one, because with jeans, it really doesn't matter the weather, because even if it's really, really hot, you may not want your legs as exposed to the heat. So you may want to wear jeans. And then if it's really cold, of course, it's great to have jeans. I love cardigans. I love sweaters. My thicker coat, I'll bring like a solid color coat. That way it matches everything. But then it doubles the cause. I mean, if you're on a flight, it can be used as a pillow, as a blanket. So you just have to get real creative and be convenient, as convenient as possible. So you roll that thing up and make it a pillow? Let me tell you, it's like you're sitting there with your head just twisted, and then you're not impeding on somebody else's face because you got someone to lay your head. So it's a great cause. Awesome.
Well, I know the last time you were here, we were talking about, well, you just said it yourself again, dressing for all occasions. What occasions are you getting ready for? What do you need all this stuff for?
You never know. I mean, if you make plans, you never know where you go. For one, you never know what city you may end up in. Because let's say that weather is bad in one city, you end up in a different city, and you may want to go to your favorite restaurant. You may end up going to a bar. So you want to have options to dress. You just never know. Yes. I'm one of those people that likes to be over-prepared, so you never know what's going to happen. So it's best to just have your mind set for everything. That's pretty cool. So I know that the last time you were here, you were saying that you started a company called Noor. Yes, ma'am. And what type of apparel? Do you have some good traveling apparel with that company? Actually, yes. I love hats. As you can see, I have on one. And hoodies, t-shirts. I think t-shirts serve a great purpose. You can either wear them just with jeans by itself, or you can, of course, wear it under a sweater or a coat if you're cold. So,
good layering.
Yeah, that's about two outfit options right there.
That's two.
You have the t-shirt on under the sweater.
Oh, wow.
And then if it gets cold, put the sweater on. So that's two options to wear that day already. So you said.
And ladies, I agree that the hat thing, that's a wonderful option to have, because I've been on trips and things where, all you can do is pop on a hat and you're good to go.
But I love a cute baseball cap on girls. You just put on the cap with some nice earrings, accessories, jeans, cardigan, and a nice shoe, and you set. That's either up or down. So,
Right.
You
Channel
have options.
Some Janet Jackson from back in the day.
Right. That's a perfect example. Yeah.
I know I'm aging myself. I'm not saying that, Janet, I'm not saying you're aged, but I'm just saying, back in the day, she got
it going on, though. So, it's a compliment all the way around.
Shout out to Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, though, is we want to make sure we get into the tips that Jamaul has brought for us to learn from, and he's a master at bringing the proper attire for the proper occasion and things like that. But that's a lot of stuff, and if you don't do it right, you can have a bag that's about that wide that now doesn't fit on board the aircraft. But you can also have all that stuff, the exact same amount of things. You can have all of that, and you can put that into the same suitcase that someone else could possibly have. Right. And it's just all in how you pack it, so to speak. So if you're packing right, and let me just ask you real quick, what is your go-to for packing? Because there's so many different ways. What is your go-to?
My go-to is rolling. I roll everything, especially jeans. Jeans are really, really bulky, and I think the biggest thing you should have in your bag is shoes and a jacket. Everything else you can neatly roll. Just kind of fold the jeans in half, and then just roll. You just roll it and sit them strategically. Your t-shirts, you can kind of fold them, and then you just roll everything, and it fits. It all should feel like a roll of socks in your bag.
Now, something you just mentioned, the sneakers, the shoes. Something I had to learn for myself. I used to go out and have those big bulky tennis shoes. I don't do that anymore. Yeah. I find those slip-on comfortable shoes because they're heavy for your bag for one, and they take up too much space. So I get those nice flat sneakers now. I don't do all that bulky stuff.
I love sneakers. I'm a sneaker fanatic. I also love loafers. Loafers are great for traveling because you just slide in, slide out, and they fit well in a suitcase, side by side, right there like a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. They just all fit.
Awesome. Well, I know you guys are dying to see what he's talking about because, the visual is going to be better than us just talking about it. So he's going to give you some education about packing that suitcase and the do's and don'ts.
And as you can see, there's a lot of room in my bag. Inside, there's already about 3 or 4 outfits now. So typically with my jeans, I just take them, fold them in half, roll them. This will keep out a lot of the wrinkles, especially if you're doing slacks or sweaters, and the little space here just goes nice and trim. Sweater, it's already pretty much folded in half. Just take it, fold it, and then continue to roll again. A lot of the sweaters, you can either steam the wrinkles out, put them in. It's nothing too strenuous. As you can see, this sweater and these black pants is another outfit, which is kind of like my danger zone. Clothes on top of clothes. So you just take them, neatly roll them, they just kind of fit in between each other. Here's another sweater, and again, it's already folded in half, just like the black one. Take it, sit it. And I have some nice joggers here. These can be dressed up or down with a t-shirt, nice sweater, and some loafers, and I'm doing the same thing. All I'm doing is rolling it. This is going to save you some room in your bag. Rolling your clothes again is going to decrease those wrinkles, and it just goes right in. And then here, I also have another t-shirt. This t-shirt is already folded, and you can just take it, sit it. It's another jacket, another layer of clothing. It can either, for warmth, style, whatever you want to call it. This can actually just go sideways here. I have my nice shawl, which can be used as a blanket. It can be used as a pillow, whatever on the airplane, just something to keep warm. Just a cute little accessory for when you're, of course, traveling and all that good stuff. So that'll go here. I have my black scarf, stuff it here. Most importantly, shoes, pair of loafers. I'm just gonna take the shoe, sit it down there. Take the second shoe. You can sit it anywhere really. It just kind of goes on top. Now, another key important thing is you have your straps here. I like to utilize these straps because it gives you more space in your bag. A lot of people don't realize that's what it's for, but just take it, snap it, and pull. And that is going to pull your clothes down. Now, depending on what side you have your slacks on, you may not want to do it on one side or the other because you don't want it to wrinkle it, but it still will make additional space. Keep in mind, toiletries. Toiletries are very important. Get your little bags, cute bags, whatever. They can go into your carry-on, that's where I keep mine. And then here, I have my flip-flops. So you take it, give it a little push, close. You have all your straps tucked in, down. And as you can see, it zips, no stress. In this bag, I have about a good 7 days worth of clothes, socks, 2 pair of shoes, underwear, everything. So, all set for your 7-day trip. And then again, your toiletries, like I said, you want to make sure that the sizes are TSA approved sizes. Toothpaste, everything you want it to be at least no more than 3.4. Shower oils, my little iPads, all that good stuff. That's really it. Toothpaste, toothbrush, little cute bags. These go inside of my carry-on bag. I like to keep them with me at all times. I keep a double size of everything just in case I lose one or run out. Another thing that I would suggest, I always like to have a dual purpose carry-on bag. With this bag, I can fit my laptop, as you can see. Typically, I bring my own blanket. I love to have a blanket on the plane because it's cold on the plane most times. My toiletries, I keep them with me at all times as well. Again, make sure you stick to the TSA guidelines, which is 3.4 ounces or below. Inside of here, I actually have another bag, which serves as just if I'm going downstairs to eat, if I want to go shopping, something that'll keep my cell phone, charger box, just all that good stuff in it that I want to keep close to me. Of course, some more hand cream, which is very important. But other than that, that's it. I love to keep my bags with me. I love to keep my toiletries within arm's reach. And again, this bag is a carry-on and it will go right under your seat.
Okay, so Jamaul, you were talking about your bags and how you pack for work. Mm-hmm. Give us an example of how you, within a week, say a week's worth of clothing, what does that look like?
A week for me, that is about, well, I guess it depends on where you're going, of course, but at least 5 or 6 of almost everything. That's about 5 or 6 t-shirts. I need sleeping t-shirts, of course, socks, flip-flops, underwear, a few pair of jeans, jacket, sweater, hat, and hoodies. So a good week's worth of stuff would be, every day, at least an outfit with an additional t-shirt and an additional pair of socks, just in case. So yeah.
You can get it all in...
I can get it all in a bag.
Is it a 22-inch? What is that called? The overhead bin, the ones that fit in overhead bins, I think they're 22.
I think so. Yeah. I just know mine fits. I just know it fits.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. So walk us through, how, if you had it packed right now, walk us through what that looks like. The, you have sweaters, you have what?
So in my bag, I'll have at least 2 pair of jeans. Of course, different color jeans, but they can be worn. However, you can dress them up or dress them down. I'll have 2 or 3 solid color sweaters because, again, you want to be versatile. You want to be able to, match things up, whether you're going out to a bar, whether you're going out to a nice restaurant. It really depends on you. A few different t-shirts that you may want to wear. I'll say about 4 or 5 different t-shirts. Because if you're out all day, maybe you're going to brunch or somewhere, and then you may get a little sweaty, you may want to take a shower. Then you might need an extra t-shirt. Socks, I like ankle socks, and then longer, thicker socks. For sneakers, loafers, whatever it is you want to bring. In my bag, I have So typically I'll wear the sneakers that I'm going to wear out somewhere. That way those are not going in the bag. I don't like my sneakers to be on my clothes.
Right.
And then my loafers I will put in the bag with the bottom part up. That way the bottom of the shoe isn't on my clothes.
Right.
So yeah, you just kind of have to get creative and figure out a way to get it in there.
Okay. So you said figure out a way to get it in there. You talked about you were a roller.
Yes.
So, the technique of rolling is what? What's the key? Is you get rolling it tight?
Yes. The key to it is with jeans, you want to fold them pretty much in half. And then you just roll from, I guess you could say, the point of the knees. So you just roll down. And in my suitcase, there are ridges. Kind of looks like an Olympic swimming pool. There are like lines in the bottom of it, but it just fits really comfortable. And the jeans end up being about this big. So you just roll it, sit them in there, and side by side. And then you put another pair of jeans or joggers in the little crest between the two.
Okay.
And you just keep stacking. So you have your pants, and then you put your shirts, and then you can tuck your underwear and socks over in the corner. I even have swimming trunks in my bag, so you just never know where
He is ready.
You might
for
go to
everything.
a hot tub or somewhere. I even have swimming trunks.
So it sounds like, the main thing is once you roll them kind of tight, but make sure you're filling in those little gaps with something else.
Making sure you're filling the gaps. Placement is everything. If there's a gap, stick an extra pair of socks in there.
Right.
Something. You can always find a place for something to go. And then the bags sometimes come with little straps and buckles. And you want to utilize those because you may not be able to push it down as far as it'll go, but the strap will actually condense the bag.
And that's it's interesting because those bags that are carry-on type bags, and you said that you could fit probably a week's worth of food. I'm sorry, a week's worth of clothing in that bag. And a lot of people feel like, okay, if I'm gone for a week, I need to have about 4 or 5 bags with me in order to do that.
No, you don't. If you want to check some bags, cool. But you really don't want to lug all of that stuff around. So you want to make it as convenient as possible. And then remember, you have to go to the airport. You have to pull this stuff around. Gosh. That's a whole different issue on your body. Yeah, that's a whole different security issue. Bags are meant to be packed. They're made to be durable. They're made to fit your stuff.
Right.
So utilize the space in the compartments in the bag.
Excellent. I know when I first started flying, this young lady, she used to fly for Pan Am, which, way back in the day, that was like the elite airline that you could fly for. And she told me then, she said, look, she used to go for a month overseas and she would have that one regular roller 22-inch for a month. Now, I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
No, I don't know about that one. No,
but she
I'm good for 7 days. Anything over that, we are taking another bag. But, it's up to you because with women, I think you can do it a little easier because you all have dresses, jumpers, bodysuits. That's, you can put on a bodysuit today. And, if the hotel has a laundry facility, you can wear it the next few days, like a couple of days later with a blazer, and it's a whole different outfit. So that's
perfect for you. Truly, for us, one dress is the one outfit, so think about that. I am so big on promoting the fact that hotels have laundry rooms.
Yes.
So you can always wash your drawers if you need to.
Yes. You can always buy another pair of drawers. So, the little stuff like that for me when traveling abroad or even just on a couple of days for a trip, you want getting there and getting home as easy as possible. Even what I have on right now is my perfect travel gear. I like to be comfortable. Layers. I like to be warm. Cap, t-shirt, hoodie, joggers, whatever.
That's awesome. That's being comfortable is everything.
Yes.
And, like you were saying before, carrying all that stuff, it's amazing how that will wear on you. And I don't know where you're going, but if you're going, overseas and you got a long trip, that's different. We get the fact that you may have to check a few things and all of that. But I like to keep a little room in my bags because most times when you go somewhere, you don't have room in your bag to even buy something to put in there to come back with.
And as I said, that's another thing. If you know that you're going on vacation, don't even take all that stuff. Take the bag, of course, but leave room to bring some stuff back.
Exactly.
You don't have to take all of that stuff with you.
Because I see people, they go and I've seen this. Maybe I've done this too at one point. I don't do it anymore. But they go and they buy all the stuff they've rented at local, whatever, their local store, and they buy all these outfits. And then once they get to the Bahamas, oh, I wish I could buy a dress, or you end up wanting to purchase it. That's where you're going to purchase it and wear it. That's where you need to wear it.
Or you're coming back with more bags than you should have taken to begin with. Like, some people come back with 5 shopping bags, and you don't have anywhere to put those bags.
And now you got to pay that extra fee.
Right. That's how you lose bags too.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you lose bags, because you take one, and then you're coming back with 8.
Exactly.
And it's like, where's that bag gonna go?
Interesting. Well, some of the things that I know, as far as with your packing technique, you were talking about your shoes, leaving them sole up. Mm-hmm. I know some people like to put them in little baggies or something so they don't touch your clothes. But.
Yeah, if it depends on the shoes, you can really put them in there like they're going in a shoebox, just in the reverse. That way they're fitting side by side or on top of each other, and that's leaving more space. Your shoes literally can smush. I mean, that's fine. It's not going to kill them. But it also depends on the type of shoes that you have. You may not want to damage them. So I like to just sit them right on top, face down, especially loafers, because then they're not wrinkling or bending up and stuff like that. Just sit them face down and then just close it and zip it.
What about your toiletries?
Toiletries. I literally I have a sample size of everything in my bathroom. Of course, you want to stay within the guidelines of, it's like 3.4 ounces to go through security and TSA. You don't want to have to throw your stuff away. Don't think you're going to sneak it through, because you're not.
Is it still the clear?
Yes.
Has been a clear container? Or?
Yeah. For me, I don't use a clear bag, but a clear bag is awesome. Just get a Ziploc bag. You don't have to go out and buy a fancy bag, because the only thing you're doing is throwing it in the bin anyway. And then I get to my hotel and I literally lay it out on the counter the way I'm going to use it, and then put it back.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I tell you what, all of these techniques and tips are fantastic. And actually, we have more that we can share, and we plan to share with you about this. And, I'm going to have Jamaul to come back at some point, and, it's a lot to this. It seems like it should be, and this is for not just the savvy traveler, or not just the person who don't, travel much. It's for pretty much everybody. These tips can be used for anything and everything.
Anything.
So,
road trip. I even take a little book bag on board with me, and that's where I keep my toiletries at. Because if you lose my bag, you're not going to lose my soap.
I know that's right. You still can brush your teeth.
Yeah, I need all that stuff with me. So I actually take that on with me in a bag.
Because he's got to keep that fabulous smile, so he's going to keep those toiletries.
I wasn't supposed to get that on camera. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you want your skincare, lotions, toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash. You want all of that stuff with you at all times.
Carry on. That's the key.
Carry on size, yes.
Perfect. Well, Jamaul, I want to thank you again. And, I'm glad to have you back so that we can get back in here and chat with them a little bit more, give people some more tips, and let people know how they can find Noor Apparel as well.
Yes, so again, my name is Jamaul, and you can find it on Instagram at Noor Life Apparel, Noire Life Apparel, or my personal Instagram is JamBaby, JAMMBABI. Yes, JamBaby.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you again. Come back and see us. We're going to be here for you with more tips right here on the Inflight Shenanigans Show.
First class, your world has no limits.